Charlotte Flair fans, y'all need to calm down about this. And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what that is, why people are losing their minds, and why it's not a big deal. Because Charlotte Flair has been away for months now, and her fans, well, they want to see her back. And her haters, they don't. Because Charlotte Flair continues to document her journey to making a in-ring return, and is determined to get back to performing in front of those fans or haters as soon as possible. Now look, this WWE star, she's been sidelined with severe injury for months, and it's going to be an injury that is going to be tough to come back from. She tore ACL, MCL, and meniscus in December during a match with Asuka on an episode of Friday Night SmackDown. It happened when Flair did a spot in the corner, seemingly twisted when she was falling, and immediately grabbed her knee, and that worried a lot of people, and now we know why. Since then, she's been doing rehab and documenting her progress across all these social media platforms, and recently got fans talking. And I think it's important to note that Charlotte Flair is one of WWE's biggest stars. It doesn't matter whether it's female or men that we're discussing. The fact is, Charlotte Flair puts butts in seats. And she does so for two different reasons. One, people who pay money to see her get beat, and those who pay money to see her perform and overcome any obstacles that are in storyline-related ways with Charlotte Flair. Now, if you look at what they've been able to do over the last year or so with Charlotte Flair, it is give her a babyface run, something in which I didn't think was necessarily. I'll be the first one to admit I'm not the biggest Charlotte Flair babyface fan. I just don't like it. She, I'm sure, is a nice woman, but she comes across as a natural person who is dislikable, right? You naturally don't like her. And those make for the very best heels in the business, in my opinion. That's why The Miz has been able to get over the way he's been over. And honestly, Ric Flair, if you think about it, he's kind of a not likable person, right? And so naturally, he's a better heel than a babyface. That doesn't reflect on the person themselves, but it definitely reflects on where the company views you. Now look, Charlotte Flair has fans talking, and y'all need to calm down. And let's talk about it, because Charlotte Flair recently uploaded footage of her back inside of the Squared Circle down in Orlando at the Performance Center. And she's been in the ring, y'all. She's got her boots on. She's got her training gear on. And she's rocking and rolling. And people are like, oh, wait, Charlotte Flair, she's getting close to making a return. Fans are losing their minds. Haters are sending out tweets, mean tweets and mean comments down in the descriptions on her Instagram post and her Instagram story. And it's like, y'all need to calm down. Regardless of what spectrum you're on, y'all need to calm down. This woman is still going to be sidelined for multiple months. She is not returning tomorrow, okay? I can't even imagine the mental difficulty in which she's had to overcome over the last few months, going from the tippy top of this business all the way down to not being on television. And not going to be on television from anywhere from 9 to 12 months. That is the timeline in which you can expect Charlotte Flair to make a return to WWE television. And that is if she is lucky. That is if she has no complications in regards from her healing and no further setbacks with other injuries. That is what Charlotte Flair has to overcome. That is something that Charlotte Flair will have to get through. That is something that Charlotte Flair must do if she wants to get back inside of the Squared Circle once again under the bright lights in the grandest stage, WWE. That's what she's got to do. And until then, we can talk, we can discuss, we can do this, we can do that. At the end of the day, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. That is the situation. And when she does return, here's the beautiful thing, y'all. The beautiful thing is this. When Charlotte Flair does return, guess what? She has just a stacked women's division, regardless of where she's placed, whether it be Raw or SmackDown. Heck, send her back down to NXT. Let's mix it up with some of these young folks. She has a talent pool that is remarkable that she gets to work with down on the main roster, down in NXT, right? She's never mixed it up with a Jade Cargill. We've never seen her with Tiffany Stratton. Those are two opponents in which Charlotte Flair has expressed interest in working with, and those are two opponents that are interested in working with Charlotte Flair. And if you look at it from both spectrums, why wouldn't you want to work with those two stars? If you are a Charlotte Flair, you have two dynamics. You have a story of which you can be a heel or babyface. It would probably be better if she's a babyface in this regard, and Jade is a heel of, a dominant star who has done it all versus the unconqueror, if that's a word. Someone who cannot be conquered, right? In Jade Cargill. She is the next big thing, quote unquote. Then you have with Tiffany Stratton someone that has been compared to Charlotte Flair for the majority of her WWE run. Someone that she has talked about openly in interviews, talking about how she has modeled herself after Charlotte Flair. Someone who wants to be Charlotte Flair, who thinks she can be the next Charlotte Flair, who can replace Charlotte Flair in that role as one of the big stars of WWE, right? You have that. And then you also have the new generation versus old generation type storyline if you want to go that as well. There are so many different avenues. And then, of course, she can mix it up with, your Bianca Belairs and your Baileys and your Nia Jaxes. And on Monday Night Raw, oh, by the way, we could run it back with her and Rhea Ripley. Obviously, Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley, they have a ton of history, right? I think of the NXT run. I think of WrestleMania 36. I think of WrestleMania 39, where Rhea Ripley capitalized on her momentum of 2023 by dethroning Charlotte Flair as the women's champion and going on a monstrous run in that role. And then you also look at someone like Liv Morgan, who is new in regards to being at the tippy top. And I understand that Liv and Charlotte, they had a program years ago for the women's title, yada, yada, yada. Liv's a different person. She's a completely different character. Charlotte Flair is a completely different character, right? Charlotte Flair has entered this legendary status, and Liv Morgan is the hottest star, not just female, but the hottest star in the business right now. Her, Rhea Ripley, doing some amazing things. Can you imagine a Charlotte Flair, albeit a babyface, feuding with Liv Morgan? Like, that would be insane. It's so much so that my dog is so excited, if you can hear it in the background. Piper is very, very excited about Liv Morgan versus Charlotte Flair. And I would love to know what you have to say down in the description or in the comments below. Let me know, are you interested in a Charlotte Flair Liv Morgan program? And or who are you most excited to see Charlotte Flair mix it up inside of the Squared Circle with when she returns to WWE television?